you like the charm and elegance of exposed aggregate concrete? Can you have exposed aggregate at your home? Can you afford such a beautiful look? The answer to all of those questions is yes. What we're going to show you is that a decision to add value to your concrete pour is as simple as a few phone calls and a little vision. A reputable contractor and supplier are two of the most critical prerequisites when considering exposed aggregate concrete finishes. The Central Supply Company has been synonymous with quality and service to our valued customers for over 100 years. We have customer service representatives on standby to answer questions and provide names of reputable contractors in your area. Once the phone call is made and a contractor is chosen, a site visit from the contractor usually follows. At this point, the concept that you have can become a plan to implement. Your contractor can also ease any doubts that you may have about the project. Once the work has commenced, several stages of a preparation process come into play. Job layout is the initial design of what and where, what type of material is to be used, and where you're going to put it. The work site will be marked for excavation and the digging process will begin. Once the excavation has been completed, the framework portion of the project will begin. Forming is a vital part of the success of your job. The forms will determine the size and shape of the concrete slab that is intended to be poured. Leveling inside the forms with a subbase, such as gravel, will allow the contractor to create a uniform surface in which to pour concrete on. Rebar or reinforcing wire can be put inside the formed area at this time if desired. At this point, a form retarder is applied to the form boards to allow the aggregate to be exposed where the forms are. A great degree of attention should be afforded to the preparation process to ensure that all conditions are favorable for a nice job. The contractor is ready for concrete. A phone call is made or has already been made to one of Central Supply's customer service agents. The concrete is scheduled for a certain time and type of truck to show up on the project. Once the ready mix truck shows up at the job site, care is taken to ensure that the mix is at peak consistency for ease of placement and workability. The forms are then filled to the top with concrete. Raking or moving concrete around the forms to make sure there are no voids is necessary in concrete placement. Once the forms are full, a screed or leveling board is used to level the concrete with the top of the forms. Once the screed process is completed, a bull float will run across the surface to get rid of any high or low spots on the surface. The concrete will need to be finished the same as any other slab of a like kind would at this point. All bull float lines must be worked out of the surface of the slab, and an edger can also be used to separate the forms from the surface concrete. Once the finish has been supplied to the slab, a surface retarder will be sprayed on the slab. This is the process that disrupts the hydration process of the surface and allows the aggregate to be exposed. Once the surface has been coated with retarder, the slab will be overlaid with plastic or a cover of some sort to allow the retarder to work properly. After a designated period of time, the cover will be removed from the slab and a pressure washer will be used to remove the surface paste of the slab and expose the underlying aggregate. The slab is now ready to be sealed for added beauty and protection for many years to come. Can you have a look of elegance and sophistication in your concrete? Can you afford to have the same thing you saw in a magazine or on TV? Can you do all of this and stay within your budget? With a good contractor and a great supplier like the Central Supply Company, the answer is always yes.
Central Supply Company is the state's premier supplier of concrete and masonry supplies for over 100 years. Our showroom and patio displays feature a huge selection of brick, stone, pavers, and retaining walls, home, garden, and more. Central Supply Company has 15 locations in West Virginia to serve you. Be part of the Red Truck team. CDL drivers apply online at oldcastle.com/careers. Central Supply Company.